Welcome to part 2 of the ultimate W126 review. So a quick recap. In part 1, which I shall put in the description, we reviewed this beautiful 560SEL that's non-armored. However, we still have a couple more on our hands. So we have two heavily armored 560SELs, long wheelbase ones, and we also have another beautiful 260SE with light armoring. Good enough for handguns. Now let's get right into it. All right, so we just driven the non-armored version. Now we're gonna move on to the armored versions of the 560SEL. So we have two over here, a white one and this one, an 87 as well. That is in this really nice black gray color. There's no point showing you this one because they're almost identical. But anyway, let's start with this car. Over here you have this flagpole thing. So you're either gonna have the country flag up there if you're a president, prime minister, or if you're a Russian mafia boss, you're gonna have your mafia emblem over there. And to just flex to the police that you're untouchable. Now anyway, let's move on over into the car. And as you can see, it looks 100% identical to the non-armored version. And that's the thing. If you drive one of these cars, you wanna be as low-key and inconspicuous as you can be. Now let's open this door, and it's an incredibly heavy door. And as you can see, since this is the more expensive type of armoring, you don't have a frame that covers this thing. Yet it still maintains the same integrity, that same armor protection, that same ballistic protection that you have. Now let's turn on the car. Well, turn it into the on position. And if I open this up, the window does go down, although it's only halfway. That way your head is still protected in case someone was going to shoot you. But although it comes down very, very slow, it's still nice to have it come down. Cheaper armorings, usually everything's just going to be sealed and that window won't even come down at all. The motor has been upgraded as well because of, well, the extra weight. Now if you look up here to the top, this car originally came with a sunroof, but it had already been sealed. So this entire sunroof has been sealed, and instead this entire roof area was covered in ballistic material. And if you look inside the car, there you can see that the sunroof is just gone. That's just all ballistic material right there. So if you're the dictator of the most relentless, corrupt regime in the world, now this is probably the car that you're gonna get, one of these bulletproof ones, and this is the door for you. It's just as big as the treasury that you stole from. So let's open this up, and inside again it looks exactly identical to the non-armored version. But if you step on inside over here, and if you follow me in here, you're gonna notice something very special with this car. See this? Sagisag ng Pangulo ng Pilipinas. In English, seal of the President of the Philippines. Now I'm just gonna stop there, and I can't tell you who the owner of this car is, nor the history of this car. I mean, I can, but then I'd have to have you killed, so I'd rather not. Anyway, if you watched Doug DeMuro's video on the 560SEL, he noted that the car he was reviewing is just as how Saddam Hussein would have ordered it. But well, he's wrong, because Saddam Hussein in no way will order a vanilla 560SEL. He would get one of these in the B7 armored trim. Alright, so I finally mustered up the courage to bring out the Bulletproof 560SEL. So again, this is the B7 armoring, so M16 and AK-47 won't penetrate this, and you know, overall it honestly feels relatively similar, aside from the fact that it is way heavier. I mean, that is to be expected. That is what a bulletproof car pretty much is after all. But oh Jesus, the braking is kind of scary in this one. Like, you know, it will stop, but it'll take a lot of time for it to stop. And it's just much more quiet here in the interior. If you think that's isolated, this is way more isolated from the outside road, given the thickness of these glass. I mean, geez, that is just thick. But seriously, the brakes on this one, it's just really a bit scary. You definitely don't want to be driving this fast. I mean, you can, you have that 5.5 liter V8 with 300 horsepower in it after all, but you shouldn't. So the 560SEL, they also had self-leveling suspension. What happens is that it depends on the road you're at and the speed you're going. So for example, if you're going above 120 kilometers per hour, the chassis would actually lower by 24 mm. or 24 cm, 24 mm, I believe. And then if you are going through rather rough roads, you can actually raise the suspension by 30 plus mm or 30 plus cm, which is pretty nice. I mean, this is an 80s car after all. Anyway, this car is just incredibly soft, especially this armored version. There is a bit of like, you know, the feeling where you're wearing eyeglasses with a very, very high, like, how do you call that? The grade? Yeah, it feels like that. There's a bit of distortion in these glasses. This ballistic, transparent ballistic material that is. But aside from that, it is generally just pretty similar to that of driving the regular 126. So now I'm going to accelerate this car, which is a horrible idea, given that it is a 3 or 4 ton behemoth after all, and it has rather shoddy brakes because of how heavy it is. But this YouTube channel is pretty dumb after all. It's not as dumb as Hoovie's Garage, but you know, it's pretty dumb too. Now let's try it. Holy, oh my gosh, that's 100, and Jesus, the brakes are... This car does not want to stop, but wow, this car did 100 in like, how fast was that? Wow, less than 7 seconds? Was that less than 7 seconds? I believe that was less than 7 seconds. Wow, that's amazing. I'm rethinking my life choices now after I just did that. That is definitely a stupid move, but a very, very fun move. I honestly expected this car to go up to like 60 kilometers per hour in that amount of road, but it did way faster than that. But the brakes did take way longer to stop as well, so that was dangerous, but that was fun. That was incredibly fun. Finally, we move on to, unfortunately, our last car over here. So this right here, as evident by the engine, is one of the base models of the W126. Now, this is the proper W126 with the W designation because it's a short wheelbase one. This right here is an M103 engine, a 2.6 liter M103 engine, and this is a 260SE. Now, I know you're gonna ask me, so this car is bulletproof, yet it's using the base model 2.6 liter inline 6 engine? Well, yes, and that's because as I show you around this car, you can see that unlike the 560SELs over here at the left side, this car is bulletproof. However, it's only bulletproof until handguns. So this is, I believe, what they call the B4 level protection or the B3. So it's incredibly thin. There's just like 1 layer compared to like 3 or 4. Okay, maybe 2 compared to 3 or 4. But here on the inside, it's still very similar. And if I start this car up, fires right up like that too. This car has 146,000 kilometers, but as you can notice, this car has a steering wheel that looks like it's from a W124 or a W140, but based on the size, it feels kind of like a W124. It's a bit smaller than my 140 steering wheel. This too is a Euro version bottom spec, so you get this Euro type AC controls instead of that weird automatic climate control for the US version, so just rotary all the way. And you have this aftermarket looking weird head unit right here. But everything else in this car, it's just pristine. The wood over here, the wood up top too, and as well as over there. You also get this beautiful blue velour interior to it, which continues all the way to the side and up here. Now let's check out the back of this car. So this short wheelbase version, the best way, the easiest way to know that it's a short wheelbase one. So you can see that there's a chrome trim right here versus if you take a look at the long wheelbase ones. Number one, you get your rectangular windows, and you also get this black painted strip in the middle, or body color painted strip, then 2 chromes on the side. So this car you're usually chauffeured around in, while in this car you can actually drive it yourself if you want to. Now if you open this up, and now this is set to my driving position, yet there's still about enough leg room. It's nowhere uncomfortable. You also get these rear headrests, which is quite rare for some of these 126s actually. My 126 before didn't have it. But you know, it's just one of those cars that you can both drive by yourself and still get chauffeured around and no problem at all. If you like this video, please don't forget to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more car reviews.